Hi, this is Sergeant Beast Larson. I don't normally rant, but I'm going to give a little reaction to the Breonna Taylor, Kenneth Walker incident down in Louisville, Kentucky. I've debated this for about 4 days now, and the only reason I'm doing this, I want to, as a retired police officer myself, I want to praise the officers for their diligence, for their hard work, their dedication. I want to praise the officers for the initiative to work drug investigations like this. I've done this myself. It's very tedious and time consuming. It becomes difficult and complicated. Thank you guys for protecting us, for protecting our children, and trying to keep the drugs off the street. What I want to say briefly, and everybody knows the indictment, everybody knows what happened, what the Attorney General said. There are no charges. The grand jury did not indict the 3 officers for shooting Breonna Taylor. There was no indictment. The only indictment came to the officer for 3 counts of wanton endangerment, for at least one bullet. He fired 10 that went to the next apartment where there was a pregnant woman with a child. Now, as a police officer, they teach you in firearms, know your target, know what's beyond it, stuff like that. They teach and preach safety. However, that's when the situation can be perfect. For a police officer to be involved in a shooting, it's going to never be perfect. When the officers are at the front door, they hit the door, they knock, they hit the door. Mr. Walker, Kenneth Walker, fired at them first. If you're in a parking lot, if you're in your home, and somebody is firing at you as a citizen, you're going to fire back. You're going to shoot back. If you shoot at the police, they have a legal right to shoot back too. There's no difference. And we've been months now, well over 100 days of these non-peaceful protests, riots, looting, destroying cities, destroying the country that we believe in. The officers were not charged for returning fire in self-defense. Kenneth Walker was charged with attempted murder of a police officer. The charge was dismissed. Here's my rant. Here's my problem. How can you charge an officer defending his life so he can go home to his family? How do you charge him with wanton endangerment, but dismiss a charge where Kenneth Walker stated when the door was blasted in, this is his quote, "So I just let off one shot. I still can't see who it is or anything. So I just let off one shot. I still cannot see who it is or anything." So he admits in his testimony, he blindly shot at the front door, basically, because he didn't know who was on the other side. Attempted murder charge dismissed without prejudice, which means they can refile later if there's new information that develops. Why are you charging an officer but not him for wanton endangerment? If the officer is charged, listen up, grand jury, if you're going to charge an officer for blindly shooting, he admitted he blindly shot. That's my rant. That's a problem. Officers, you're going to always protect yourself. You got to go home to a family. You've got spouses and children, parents, grandparents. No different than Kenneth Walker has family. No different. That's not right. But everybody wants to protest and tear it up because they want justice. They want all the officers to go to jail. They want them all charged with murder, get the death penalty, but they didn't shoot first. Kenneth Walker shot first. He shot first, but he's got no charge. That's wrong. Our justice system is failing. Police officers, thank you for protecting me and my family. Now that I'm retired, thank you. Thank you for protecting everybody in Louisville. I have 2 friends that's been to the medical college, did their residency in Louisville. They're great doctors now. Thank you for all the generations of Louisville police that protected them, as they now can treat me and my family. Thank you, police, for what you've done. Thank you, prosecutors, for attempting to do the right thing. And politicians, somewhere beyond the police and the prosecutors in this case, wherever the politicians failed us, between judge and defense attorney, whatever, somewhere it's failed. Because both shot, Kenneth Walker shot, the police shot, but Kenneth Walker's not charged for blasting out the door. How do we know that that bullet didn't go through the front door out into traffic where more than a pregnant woman and a child are, but blindly outside to any number of children that could have been playing or another apartment? What's the difference? Who made that decision? How do they interpret that after being presented? How does a grand jury, how does the citizens, how do the peers, our peers, how do you come to that conclusion? Yes, I've read many documents about this, Breonna Taylor. I know about the GPS tracker on her Dodge Charger, that she was going to the trap house. They call it a trap house. She had many contacts, visitations with Kenneth Walker in prison. In the time that he served, more than 20 contacts they documented. When you're in prison, the phone calls are recorded. They listen to that. She admitted to picking up money. How do you think she's innocent? She's not innocent. I read documents accusing her, police documents accusing her in investigation of stealing medication. Stealing medication. She was as much a part of the gang as he was. She was a mule. She was a carrier. She is not innocent. He is not innocent. Just because it says Kenneth Walker has no criminal record, let's meet him. That's great. That just means he's never been caught. But he was the subject of a pretty large drug investigation. Hadn't been caught, but he was about to be caught. That's my rant. Tell me what you think about all this. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button, the red button, like my shirt's red. Talk to me about this. Let's have a discussion, because it still does not sit right with me. I've wrote opinions as a defensive tactics instructor and an expert in use of force in federal court from training with federal prosecutors that I went through and got certified. I have a problem with this. And as I wrote opinions, professional opinions on 5 shootings, one of them I wrote was a bad shoot. And both of the guys were my buddies. But it did not meet the requirements set forth by our policy and our state law. I'm not going into details about that. But the range officer and myself both agreed it was not a good shoot. Friends or not, it was not a good shoot. We did the right thing. So police, thank you. Thank you for putting that uniform every day. Prayers go out to all of you. Be safe. Be wise. Look over your shoulder. Talk to you soon.